I'm in the gear room today at the studio because I want to talk about lights. I want to talk about a myth and a misconception of lights and lighting. And that is one of brand. I'm going to show you some images, and I want you to think that while you're watching these images, which manufacturer made the lights that I used to create the images. So take a look. The lights that I use in my work are inexpensive lights, probably most likely, very definitely direct from some Chinese manufacturer. And not once when I've been on a job or prior to getting a job has anyone ever asked, what kind of lights do I use? Nobody cares. They just don't care. It doesn't matter. There's no art buyer or art producer out there who's not going to hire you, or a client who's not going to hire you because you're not shooting with Broncolors or Pro Photos or Aperture, Nanolite, like Keynotes, whatever. It does not matter. Nobody cares. I saw a video not too long ago about someone claiming that you're not a professional photographer if you use Godox lights. I don't even use Godox lights. This is the first light, other than a ring light, this is the first light that I ever had. I got this in a pack of 3 identical, they're 250 watt seconds. And you can see there's no branding. There's 0 branding on it. This is just generic digital photo professional studio photo light. DP250, so that's 250 watt seconds. I had 3 of those, so I had 750 watt seconds total. Came in a kit with 2 light stands, a 7-inch reflector, a 5-inch reflector, barn doors, some colored gels, 2 soft boxes, and a carrying bag for all of that for $400. $400 Canadian. I still use this light. I was using this light just recently on a stock photography shoot. When it got to a point in my career where I needed something more powerful, I needed something that I could use to overpower the sun, then I picked up this light. This is a 600 watt second light from Visico. The Visico is a Chinese company. They had a distributor here in Hamilton. It's great. It goes from 1.0 to 6.0. It goes in 1/10 increments on the back. It is a fantastic light. I use this light to photograph the Arkells for the cover of a magazine. Just put a 7-inch reflector on there. It's one of the few times I've ever used a 7-inch reflector. They're manufacturing waste. It is a perfectly good light. Like it's a great light. I use this light still regularly. I typically put this in my Lastolight highlight to control how much white is coming off that backdrop. Recently, I purchased 2 of these. That battery is dead. So recently I purchased 2 of these. This is the Neewer Vision 4. It is a battery powered light. Just like pop that in there. Comes with an extra battery. This is portable. I don't have to worry about cables. I can move it around freely. It's so much easier for me to manage, especially when I'm doing editorial work. I can just take a light stand and a light, maybe the second light. I have a lot of mobility to do what it is that I need and want to do on a shoot. If I didn't need this, I wouldn't have purchased it. If I didn't need the 600 watt second light, I wouldn't have purchased it. I would probably still be using only the DP250s. You do not need to spend a fortune on lighting. Light is a physical force. That is to say, it has physical properties, and that doesn't change from manufacturer to manufacturer. What does change from manufacturer to manufacturer is the ability for the light to produce a consistent quality of light shot after shot after shot. Pro photos and Broncolors especially are known to be really good at this. But the reality is, for most of us, we do not need to be able to produce the exact same quality of light for every single shot. In fact, when we get into Capture One, we're going to adjust the white balance on our own. We're going to make changes to that. We're going to make stylistic and artistic changes to our work in post-production. It's when you're shooting things like still life or archival materials or food photography, when you need to have the light be the exact same color temperature consistently, shot after shot after shot, that you probably need to spend much more money. But if you're not doing that work, you don't need to spend that money. So when you're thinking about photography and acquiring lighting and acquiring equipment, no matter what it is, you have to think in terms of, is this gonna add value to my business? I talked in a previous video about how to set your pricing and looking at the cost of your goods, but one thing that people don't consider is the depreciable cost of their assets. My camera cost $4,000 after taxes, Canadian. Given the number of shoots I will do in a year, over the lifespan of how many years this camera is gonna last me, how much is it costing me per shoot to use my camera? How much is it costing me per shoot to use this light? I will link to all like the equivalencies of all these below if you're looking at making smart choices in your lighting. Don't spend a fortune. Only spend what you need. This is a business. You're running a business. If you're a hobbyist photographer, spend away. If you want to spend $2,000 on a light instead of $2,000 on a set of golf clubs, that's your prerogative. But as a business owner, I need to keep my expenses low while improving the equipment that help me make my job easier. I will spend money if it makes my life easier. Is it going to make the quality of my photos better? No. If we look at the light I started with and compare it with the light I'm using now, and really look, those flash heads, this one has some use on it. I guarantee you they are the exact same flash bulbs probably from the exact same manufacturer in China. Really, the only thing that's changed is what's written on the side of the case and the form factor. I can already hear people complaining about the fact that I'm buying Chinese lights and things from China. The reality is most of the things that we purchase in our life are made in China or manufactured overseas. Also, I'm in Canada, I'm not in the US. There's no Canadian manufacturer of lighting that I'm aware of. Spend your money wisely. Don't waste it. If you don't need something, don't buy it. If you no longer need something, sell it on or pass it on. I've given some of the equipment that I've purchased over the years to people because I no longer need it. So please do not let me know in the comments below what kind of lights you use. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I don't care. Your clients don't care. If your lighting works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, consider change. If it's a business decision that makes sense. Do let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video. Please do ask questions. I would love to be able to answer your questions, and it helps me consider what topics I should consider for future videos. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.